Hello and welcome to this video where I'm going to be showing you one of my favorite affiliate marketing email templates. This is a video that I've done numerous times, and every single time I do it, it's a lot of fun. I think it's really going to help you out. Plus, what's really good about having a template is that you're going to have a purpose or at least a goal in mind, so you don't have to go into your email marketing editor and just stare at blank screen wondering what to write. Trust me, I know that's a very annoying feeling. I will be using GetResponse for this example, so if you'd like to follow along, I will put a link in the description. If you click that, they come with a free account, so you can build up your list and, of course, send out some emails using the A5 formula. Let's get into it. So this is something I came up with a long time ago. I remember there was a copywriter. I forgot his name. It's Colin. I think it's Colin Therio. He had some crazy like Viking Veloci formula. I really liked it, but I wanted to change it up a little bit to kind of tailor towards what I would talk about. And that's how this was born. So there are 5 sections that you want to look at here. It's called the A5 formula. So the first thing is bring up anything that happened or is happening. This beginning section means you can literally talk about anything you want as long as you angle it into what you're going to be promoting. And like I talked about before, if you're not going to be promoting something, it could be someone else's product. It could be like a video, a YouTube video. It could be a free ebook. This could be used for anything. Next. Point out a feeling that accommodates their beliefs. Next is going to be angle that feeling into the product you are promoting. Like I said, even if it's not a product, it could just be a valuable video or an article, right? Acknowledge something your reader wants and aspire their action, which is kind of going to be like a call to action. So given the fact I like fitness and lifting, I'm going to be talking about an example when it comes to lifting, building muscle, working out in the gym. So bring up anything that happened or is happening. Before I continue on, I'm going to talk about someone, say, who's been going to the gym for a while and they haven't been seeing any gains, so they're struggling that way. They're not building muscle. They're getting a little frustrated. That's kind of the background information in terms of our avatar. Now that we know that, let's do the first step here. So bring up anything that happened or is happening in that person's life right now. Give me a second. I'm going to write it, cut it out, and I'll get back to you very soon. All right, so here we are with the first part. Have you ever seen one of those buff guys at the gym? You know, the one who lives for only 45 minutes, 3 days a week. Okay, so this might be something, who's someone who's maybe a newbie, they're not seeing gains, but they'll notice other people are being in there and they're barely there. It's like, you know, this person's a gym rat, they're there all the time, they're lifting, so they see who comes in and comes out, but for some odd reason, they're not making any gains, but they've noticed some others who have gotten really muscular, but they're never there at the gym. So it's kind of one of those things they might be thinking about in terms of like, why can't I do that as well? Next is going to be point out a feeling that accommodates their beliefs. Okay, so next is going to be point out a feeling that accommodates their beliefs. So what does this person think or see when something like that happens? So I put, maybe you thought that he might be getting a quote unquote unfair advantage. And by that, I mean like performance enhancing things that I don't want to mention on YouTube because I don't know how crazy they are about trigger words like that. But, you know, Mark McGuire, Barry Bonds type of stuff, Arnold Schwarzenegger type of stuff, you know what I mean? Okay. Or maybe you thought that he has the best genetics ever. So that's something that someone can usually say. If you look at any type of bodybuilding videos, I remember watching those a ton back when I was much deeper in the fitness, when I was a personal trainer. It was always like, oh, this person is quote unquote cheating because they're using, you know, enhancing type of things, as they say, the Flintstones vitamins, so to speak. But anyway, those are some of the thoughts that could be here now. So now what we want to do is take those thoughts and say, well, not really. It's actually this, you know, because they have a lot of these objections. They're like, oh, I can never get that big. I can never lift that much. I can never take this. I don't have the best genetics. It's like, well, you don't have to worry about that because it's most likely this instead. That's what we're looking to get out of this. And it's going to allow us to angle that feeling into a product that we're going to be promoting. So allow me to write the next section and we'll go from there. All right, so here we go. Angle that feeling into the product you are promoting. So maybe he thought he was getting an unfair advantage or he has the best genetics. Pretty much those are objections. And then I put, honestly, it most likely has something to do with the I-46 formula, or I could put like instead, a formula based upon science and real muscle building growth. In fact, a lot of guys have been using this to see great gains, even if this is why we go back and check it, James, even if they started off skinny, or with bad genetics, something like that. And I put, you can click here to see the I-46 formula for yourself. This is just a very little subtle link right here. So let's just put, you know, the offer link wherever it would go. Obviously, I'm just putting that as a test. So that's most likely the angle section. Keep in mind, each section doesn't have to be just, 2 lines here. It can be a little bit more. Some are going to be a little bit more. Some are going to be a little bit less. But now that we understand that, we want to acknowledge something your reader wants. So if they didn't get to click on this link, we're going to talk a little bit more about benefits and what happens if they go to check this out. Because let's just say, for example, that the product we're going to be promoting was a muscle building program about some I-46 formula where it allows you to train intense using 4 to 6 reps, and you're only in the gym for 45 minutes, 3 or 4 days a week max. You're in, you're out, and then you focus on muscle building with nutrition as well. Something along the lines of that, just coming up with a random product. Okay, so almost last, we have acknowledged something that your reader wants. Give me a few seconds. I'm going to come up with some copy for this, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we're going to acknowledge something your reader wants. So after we had our little call to action there, we said, after all, you don't need to spend all day in the gym, and you don't need to focus on supersets, drop sets, and all that mumbo jumbo. No question mark there, not a question. Because you want results, right? Probably put a comma there. Because you want results, right? Results in the least amount of time, right? That's what the I-46 formula is all about, and I recommend you check out the link down below to see how it can help you. See what's different about the I-46 formula here. Once again, this is just going to be where your affiliate link would go, your link, your pre-sale page, either way, your link. I'm just making it blue so you know that's where that would go. And of course, aspire their action. Any type of call to action or, like a reason why they might want to click there or what's going to happen if they don't and so on and so forth. Let me do that for you. Here's the last section, or you can always continue going to the gym 7 days a week and 2 to 3 hours per day. I don't know about you, but that's eventually going to lead to burnout and disaster. So not the most aspiring way of saying it, definitely not inspirational. This is more of like, hey, if you keep doing the same thing, then you're probably going to get the same results, or it could get worse. You could burn out, it could lead to injury or something worse. Something a little bit more positive would be because you deserve these types of results. There's no point in wasting your time in the gym, especially when you can spend less time in the gym, less hours in the gym, and get better results. Something along the lines of that. But all in all, that is an example of the A5 formula, the template, and of course, an example email for you. I hope you got some value out of this. Like I said, this is a very fun template. You can use this anywhere for any rhyme, any reason, even if it's a product, if it's yours, if it's someone else's, if it's a lead magnet, if it's a video, if it's a webinar, if it's a training, it's a Facebook post, it's a Facebook group. Regardless of what it is, it's great because it talks about really what your perfect audience has in the back of their mind and their feelings that accommodate that. Okay. I remember when I came up with this must have been like 7, 8, or 9 years. It was a very long time ago. And I said, hey, I have this great email marketing template. Someone give me an idea in a product, and I literally on the spot, I will create an email for you based upon that. I remember at the time, this is when the Tao of Badass was out. This was a dating product. Like I said, this was a long time ago. And I created an email for it. And I believe I still have that email somewhere. So if anyone wants me to do this again with like a dating niche example, I'll be more than happy to do it just because it's so fun. But either way, once again, that's about it. If you want to test out GetResponse, I will put a link in the description for their free account. And if you have any other questions, comment section down below is where that can happen. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you got a lot of value out of it, and I'll see you in my next one.